Hi there, my name is MC Yoda and welcome to another Let's Play episode here on the CraftWorks SMP. Today I am at my base again. If you watched last episode, I did a bunch of exterior decorating, well, me and some of my friends here did a bunch of exterior decorating here on the what I'm calling the lake side of my base. So today I wanted to continue that and do a little decorating here on the ocean side of my base. And then I think once I get that done, I think my exterior decorating for this base is going to be pretty much wrapped up. I've got some fun ideas for some things to build down there, so let me go ahead and gear up and get started. Okay, so first of all, there is actually something over here on this side, and this was done the other day when we were all over there doing the other decorations. And this was done by Zinkberg, and I didn't show it off in that video. Well, actually I did, but it got cut for time because the video was a little too long, so I'm going to show it to you now. Yeah, this is just a nice little pond that Zink made over here because he felt that this side of the base needed a little something. And he made this beautiful little pond with this nice lotus flower in the middle. He had left a sign here that says, "Please don't feed the ducks." I haven't seen the ducks yet, but I'll be sure not to feed them when I find them. But yeah, I really do like all the little decorations he did around here, all the flowers and stones. And it's just a pretty little pond. I really like this. So over here on this side is what I wanted to do another building on. And so this idea actually comes from one of my viewers, and this is DM Bar. And DM Bar, he suggested that I make an open air pergola. And he also suggested I do something with a fire around that. So I think he might have been thinking of something like the fire pit that we did on the other side. But I have another cool idea, something to do with that. So I'm going to use that idea and I'm going to build a little something over here that's going to incorporate those two things. I'm thinking I want this pergola to be, I think I might trim back this little hill part a little bit. Just kind of trim this back, not get rid of it completely, but just trim it back. And then I might have this pergola sitting like up here on this part of the hill. And then I'm thinking about having like a little bit of, nothing as extensive as the docks over there that I did last episode, but some kind of just some little stairs and stuff that go down this hill to a very small, quaint fishing pier right here, so someone can come out here and do some ocean fishing in their free time. So let me, I'm probably going to have to cut down a couple of these trees just to give myself some space, and I will replant some trees after I'm done because I know all of that back there was cleared out whenever I made this base, so I'm going to go ahead and replace some of these trees before I finish up as well. Alright, well that's enough of me rambling. Let me go ahead and trim up this landscape a little bit and get some materials, and let's get this thing started. Alright, so first I think I want to decide how I'm actually going to build this thing. I've never done one of these before, and I've seen several different ways that people have built similar structures, and I think I want to maybe try a few things out myself. Yeah, I have some ideas, and they might be terrible ideas, and we might tear them down, but I'm going to give a few things a try here first and see how they turn out. Okay, so I decided to build this today in, actually, acacia. So I got a bunch of acacia logs. And let's see, I'm going to need a bunch of sticks so I can make various things like fence gates and things like that. So the first idea, okay, so first of all, let's just get like a size. Again, I want this big enough to have some seating. You know, maybe I should actually plan that first and then and then build the structure. See, I always do this backwards. I build the structure first and then try to cram everything inside of that structure. So let me just get some, let's see, we'll get some random blocks that we can use. Let's see, here's some different colored things here. Okay, so now let's say, let's see, okay, that's gonna be here. A little fishing pier. Okay, so we're gonna need some kind of like little stairs coming down here. I don't know why I keep saying the word little. I do that a lot, don't I? Let's see. So we'll have some stairs. If we were to come up here, that'd probably be a good spot. Let's see. Okay, good enough. Okay, so that's just an idea of where it'll be. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. Alright, so you would come up here, so I need the pergola shaped somewhere where this would be comfortable. So you come up here, and let's say you would come here, and let's say this would be, let's say this is the fire here. Okay, we got the fire there. There's going to be a little something going on over the fire. You know, like there might be something being cooked there. We're going to see what I decide on. Okay. And then, let's see, we'll want some chairs and stuff around it. So, assuming that this structure is only this big, we'll put some stairs there. And these stairs will be benches, essentially. Just some seating. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so I think this might be kind of the footprint of what I'm looking for the area underneath the pergola. And if I'm saying that word wrong, please correct me. When I initially saw the word, I would pronounce it pergola, and I believe that is wrong, and it is pergola. But if that's wrong, feel free to let me know. Okay, so again, that I think is the size. Okay, so now I want to build the structure around this, and this here is going to be the center. So this will be the center of it. So we'll say maybe it comes out this far and this far on this end. Okay. And then we like odd numbers when we were building. So if we go like 1, 2, 3, we'll take it out to there. 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Oh, look at that. It's perfect how that lines up with this hill. Okay, so let's put another one on this side. And another one on this side. So those 4, these will be basically the main braces that go up. And if you don't know what a pergola is, I'm going to throw a few pictures up here on the screen right now, and you can just kind of get an idea for the type of thing that I'm trying to build. So I think that right there would look pretty nice. So it's going to look good from the front. It's going to be kind of prominent. It's going to look great from this angle. You're going to see it perfectly from the water. It is going to be relatively tall, so it will block the view of the front of this house. But I think that's okay because most people will actually be approaching the build from this side. And this will just be a cool structure that they see off to the left. So I think that actually works out really well. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these in place. So 1, 2, 3, probably 4 high. And the top goes there, but that top might be tight. It might end up being a 1 higher, but we'll start with that and see how that goes. And it probably will be 1 higher. Okay. And these are going to be stripped. There we go. That looks a lot nicer. There we go. Alright, so those are the 4 corners. I'm going to need to get another one up on top of this thing. And I should grab some scaffolding. I tell you, I never, ever bring the stuff I need. Okay, so those are going to be the 4 braces. So now the way these things are built, they're pretty much just 4 braces, and everything else are smaller kind of slats or beams or whatever going across. Usually there's some that are a little bit heavier going like maybe the long way, and then there's like some thin ones going the thinner direction, right? Now, how do you do that in Minecraft? Everything in Minecraft is like massive and thick and big. So now there's a few ways. Like I said, I saw a few ideas. Some people use like say fence gates and stuff, which that ultimately might be what we go with. Some people use the fireplaces, the actual campfires, but I don't like those because the bottoms of them are full of that like black ash or black coals or whatever, and you can't really see through those unless you have a special resource pack. So although ultimately those would probably look the most authentic, it's going to look bad from below because it's not really open air. So I had an idea, and my idea actually requires me to go into the house again and get even more stuff. Alright, so now I wanted to try using hanging signs and see what that looks like. Because I thought about regular signs, but regular signs line up with the side of a block, right? So you're going to have like one row of signs that are right there against that, but then this row of signs will be like almost an entire block over, and I thought that would look a little funny. Although honestly, signs might actually end up looking really good. But I guess another bad thing about signs is they don't go all the way to the top of the block, right? So if you put anything above them, they're going to be like floating up above them. So instead, I think what I'd like to try to use is hanging signs. Right, so it's a newish block in the world here, something I haven't really used a ton of. They're very good as decorative blocks. They have lots of uses. And I'm going to see, and I know they're going to be a little bit more like thin and vertical than than a board would be normally on the top of one of these things. But I think it might actually give us kind of the effect that we're looking for. Holy cow, that made a lot. So that's okay. So here's what I was thinking. So let me see what I need. A temporary block here to put stuff against. Dirt works out great for that. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. So work with me here. Let me get some dirt, and this is here. Okay. All right. So if this is the top, would I want those going there? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so first you have to get one of these things started, so it has to be like next to a block to get it to hang that way. Yep, that's the way I want them. Okay. Now from there, I think I can just target the side and it'll hang correctly. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to use for the ones going across. I'm thinking once they're all in here, they're going to kind of give the right look and feel, even though it's not like one solid board, you know? It's like a... Oops, I clicked the wrong place for that one. It's not one solid board, it's like a board with things hanging from it, but I think once they're all in place, I think the visual of it is going to kind of be what we're looking for. Alright, so let me do this on all of these rows, and, well, at least until I run out of materials, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, alright, so let me see. I think this might actually work, because I'm feeling like it's got the right look and feel. Holy cow. Alright, now again, this is just the rough cut, but oh, look at that. Okay. And then when you go up underneath it, you see the nice open sky. Oh, I think this might actually work out really, really well. I'm liking this a lot. Super cool, super cool. All right, I kind of feel like there should be a row of them here as well. So let me put these in place. All right, so here we go. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, that looks so good. I think this is it. I think this is it. Oh yeah, here, let me swing out around here. Alright, I think that's the base design right there. Okay, so now I wonder, let's see. I wonder if I would need, I feel like I also need the line, some boards on top that are going this way. That's going to be a little bit more challenging because I wouldn't want it to be another row of these because they're not going to touch, because these, well, they're going to come close to touching, but they're not going to. It's going to have to be something that goes on like a bottom, Oh boy, anything I do that's more than a full block, everything is going to be a full block though. Trapdoors, carpets, everything. Oh, you know what I can do? So here's an option that I can try. So I know I have one of these on my back porch actually. It's a small one, and it's one that the folks who lived here before me installed. But there is actually a rolled up canvas in my garage, and that canvas is meant that you can roll that canvas out over top of the pergola to kind of provide a little bit more shade if you wanted. So I can play around with that idea and maybe have it partially covered with a canvas? Maybe? With a, like, basically with a carpet? Okay, what does that look like? Nope, not loving it. I want this to be open air. I don't want this to be covered. I think the lightning rods, those are going to be like in the center, even horizontal, right? Yeah, that means they're going to be floating like half a block above. But you know what? They're also relatively the same color as the acacia. Let me give this a try. Oh, yeah, I gotta be careful walking around on this. Oh boy, oh boy. This is why I can't succeed in my game Doom Raider. Oh boy, okay. Well, there's a challenge, make a whole room full of jumping on these things. Let's see. Yeah, no one else would find that challenging except me. Okay, what does that look like up there? Yeah, ooh, that doesn't look bad. From this angle, it works because it's above it, but not like way above it. From this angle, all these are in the way. From this angle, it is floating above it, but not really too far. No more than like these are floating above those. This might work. Look at that. I think that's gonna work. I think that's gonna work. Okay. Let me go see how much copper I have. Oh yeah, this might work. All right, let me put again a temporary block to lay these up against, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a few rows of these things and see what that looks like. Okay, that's most of my things. Let's see, most of my lightning rods. Let me see how that's looking. Oh, I can't even stand on my thing. Okay, let's see how that's looking. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, I'm so excited. I think this is gonna work. I think that is, again, these are kind of just in the way. Let me just remove them completely so I can get a good view of this. So I really want to be sure before I move forward with this and go mining more copper. Oh, that is perfect. Oh, see, when you're under here, you get that nice open air look. And then when you're down here, you can kind of see it looks a little bit more solid from that side. This side, you can tell that the slats up there are smaller. Oh, this is perfect. Perfect. All right. Okay. Now, the person that I might borrow some of this copper from is online, but that person is also working on a project, which would be major spoilers if I showed it to you right now. So I am going to just go over there off camera and see if I can borrow some extra copper. And, yeah. I'll be right back with you. Alrighty. Okay, so there we go. So I've got that in place now. Oh, this is incredible. This is incredible. Oh, I'm so excited about that. That came out better than I expected it. That's a really good design. Holy cow. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, there is one drawback to that, and I noticed that flying back in from getting this copper. And I'll show you this in FreeCam. The fact that these are signs, once you get a certain distance away, they go away. See, they unrender, then they come back, and then they go away and come back. So now originally, when I did this fence, and I blatantly stole this fence idea off of Toe Blocks, and he had used these signs, hanging signs as well for this fence gate, for this fencing. And the reason why I made these fence gates is because I figured most people coming to my base would be like flying in, and I didn't like the fact that that fence wasn't visible until they got like this close. But I think for this might be okay because we have this top layer. So when you come at it from a distance, you still see the structure, right? The entire roof of this thing is not missing. It just looks a little bit thinner, which you're probably really not paying attention to that except for the way it kind of like does that little flashy flash when you're moving around. But then whenever you come in closer, boom, now it's filled out. So now whenever you're actually here, you know, yeah. You know, I sound like I'm trying to convince you, but I'm trying to convince myself. So this is how I try to convince myself that what I'm doing will work. And I honestly think this is going to work. And like this blows my mind. I thought this was going to look absolutely terrible, and this was going to be a waste of stripped logs to build these things, and I was going to have to come up with some other idea using fence gates or something, but I think this is perfect. And how convenient that we chose acacia, which matches with these copper lightning rods. Oh my gosh, this is just... I'm literally beside myself at how well... Okay, I'll stop harping on how cool this is and actually try to make this thing look good now. Alright, a little too much self-praise there. I don't want to feel like I'm, trying to say I'm like the smartest guy or anything, but that is a pretty stinking cool idea. They do not look good to me. Well, they look better than this. Let me see what bamboo stairs look like, because that's going to look more like an outdoorsy type of chair anyway. That's the mosaic type, and then I have the actual just straight bamboo type here. This kind of works because it kind of reminds me of like a lawn, like the old-timey lawn chairs that were like metal frames with like the interwoven nylon bands, whatever you want to call them. All right, I'm not going to fret over it. I think I'm going to go with these. If you guys think that this color is absolutely ridiculous and this is a total clash and doesn't work, suggest another color for these seats, because really they're just seats. They don't have to be what I use. They just have to be something that looks decent inside this pergola. Okay, how do you make the mosaic bamboo? I don't know. I don't actually know how to make this stuff. I've crafted it before. Maybe do I have to start with the stripped versions? So if I do a couple of these and strip them. Oh, my Minecraft wiki abilities only go back a certain... Too many rabbit heads lying around? Hello, headhunter.
Ahoy! Hey, that looks amazing.
Isn't that a cool design?
That's perfect. Did you come up with that?
Yeah. I just kind of like was freeform. I really didn't think it would even work, and actually I built it and I was like, whoa, this is looking way better than I expected.
So good. Holy cow. Good job.
Thank you. So rabbit heads, huh?
Yeah, I remember you had that farm, and I thought, I bet he's got a couple.
Oh, I've got more than a couple.
Anyways, well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. If you need some more decapitated animal parts, there's plenty here. Come get what you need.
You're sick. You're sick, Coda.
Okay, so I think these are going to look great. And we have this little, it's a data pack actually, where if you throw a saddle onto the little bottom half of a stair, then it will basically turn into a seat that you can sit on. And actually under the covers, it's technically an invisible pig, so if you do too many of these, you could like get lots of entities in your server. But I think we're doing good, so I like putting these down on these benches here so you can actually have a little seat to sit on. It's a pretty cool, simple little data pack, and it's not even like a mod or anything, it's just a data pack. So if you're curious about this and you can't find it, feel free to ask and I'll be happy to point you in the right direction. Whoops. There we go. See, so now you can sit on them and look all cool and relaxed. Okay, so now let me do what I was going to do with the fire. So I've got a cool idea for this. And, obviously these are just placeholders. Those will be gone. This one is going to be the fire. I don't want to put the fire right now and have all that smoke and craziness in my face. But I have this idea for something that's going to go over the fire. So now, I'm not sure how I'm going to build this. I'm not sure how I'm going to build this. So it's going to be like a... It's going to be like a fire with like a cooking spit over top of it. But what's going to be cooking is the fun part. So now, this is just an idea I had. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. So I'm thinking this is going to be people actually cooking food, right? So over on the other side, the fire pit, the fire feature that we did here is a fire pit, right? So this would be people would sit around with just this open fire and maybe just talk and have fun and have some drinks and maybe roast some marshmallows. But this is actually going to be one where people are cooking. And what they're going to be cooking, I think... Let's see if... Oh, I hope this works. Hope this works. If I go like that... And then... Like that... Okay, okay, I think this might work. This might work. I'm pretty sure. I think this might work. There you go. It's like a fish basket. You know, like when you cook fish over a grill, you put it in like a little basket so the flaky fish doesn't fall through the grills. It's a fish basket. I don't know if that looks good or not, but I'm going with it. I'm going with it. Okay, so now if I can go get a campfire real quick. I don't know. This is going to look so bad. Oh, and I had to go with crimson because I needed something that looked like slats that wasn't acacia. What did I come in here for? Light blocks. Okay, campfires. Here we go. I don't know if this is going to look good or not. Okay. Oh, I can't put the campfire there because this is occupying that block. Okay. But I don't want this. I don't want the cage higher than that because it wouldn't be above your head. Maybe this gets into like a little bit of a pit. So... Alright, give me my blackstone back. So put the blackstone there, we'll put the campfire there. Okay, we're making some smoked salmon. Some grilled cod. And then these right here, these 8 blocks, I can put them as some kind of stone variant stairs. Yeah, okay, I'm liking this. Okay, we'll do a mud... Okay, so now... Oh, okay. It's gonna have to just be these. Because these will have to be solid blocks. So that the spit arm, I don't know what you want to call it, would rest on that. Okay, let's do a full brick there because that's going to be like a structural thing that's holding up the spit. And then let's see if we can maybe make these curve in. That should work, right? That should work. I'm gonna pick these up. Okay, so there. Oh, this is looking pretty cool. Okay, so now I was thinking we put like fence gates there. Do we just do this? See, that looks too open. The only thing that stinks about this is that to put a block here that's like vertical, it's gonna look funny. How do I do this? It looks more like a hamster wheel than a fish cooking basket. But hey, what can you do with Minecraft with blocky builds? Let's see. What do we want to put there? I don't know. Like, say for example, these were like spruce. That might be like my only option though. I don't like that option, but it might be my, like, because then now if you're sitting here, you're like, oh look, it's a giant stair blocking my view of the ocean. Oh, but I don't know that I have many options for this right here. Let's see. Okay, that's something. I don't know what that something is, but it is something. Yeah, that spruce just disappears against that house. So spruce is a bad idea, but does that work? That looks terrible. That looks terrible. Okay, let me see what these things look like. I don't think this is gonna work, but it's something. It is something different. Let's see. Break those. Oh, those have a weird sound to me. Oops. Target the block. There we go. Do either of these look good? I mean, honestly, that looks better than a stair block, and it's Minecraft. Things don't connect anyway, so I think this might be. Okay, let me try it again. So I think this might be good enough. That looks so goofy. Oh my gosh. Oh, this looks silly and weird. And oh, I just had an idea. I just had another idea. I just had an idea. Okay. I'll just leave that one up for now. Okay. Let's do this. Put this here. Get up underneath here. And then maybe place it upwards like this. And then break that. Put those back. And then something here. Like a fence gate. That looks terrible. That looks better. Terrible. Better. Less terrible. Less terrible. Still pretty bad. Spend all day doing this. Okay. Alright. I'm going to do this. Here's your job. If this looks absolutely terrible, you give me a better suggestion on what to do there. To make this little cooking spit looks like something. This is so bad. This is so bad. Should these be stairs? Because these will line up kind of on the edge of the stair. Should those be stairs? You know what I did? I took those other... Oh no, I still have them in my inventory. Great. Come on, pick that one up. There we go. I mean, if you're sitting here, your view's still pretty much blocked. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that look like anything, or does that look like complete and total ridiculousness? Be honest. You won't hurt my feelings. Does this look like a cooking spit with a fish basket, or does this look like a total absolute wreck? It's one of those two. You let me know, okay? Alright, at this point I think I'm going to just go ahead and make this little pathway down and this little fishing dock, and maybe try to touch this up a little bit and try to make it a little bit nicer. And I don't think you want to sit through and watch me do all of those little details in real time. So let me go ahead and just take care of those, and I'll be right back with you once those are all done, or at least close to done. Alright, see you in a minute. I mean, see you in like a part of a second. Editing. Alrighty, I am back, and I have finished the pergola and fishing pier over there, and it is over my shoulder. But before I go show it to you, there was something else I wanted to show you in today's episode. This is a build that was actually done a few months ago, and it just never appeared in one of my episodes yet, and for reasons which I'll explain in a minute. And that is this tower right here. I love this build. This is just check that out for a moment. Let me just zoom in a little bit. I love the detail in this, the colors, the shapes. It's just so cool. And what this tower is, so you've probably seen it like in the background because it's right here at spawn in people's videos. I think Zinkberg did talk about this briefly in one of his episodes because he actually helped build it. And I know that Millie and Empress both featured it in one of their episodes where we did like some fun little skits around it. And basically what this tower is Rapunzel's tower. And the purpose of this build is that we were going to film a fun little skit of us doing the Rapunzel story using this tower as the centerpiece for that skit. And actually, you know what? Let me go sit in my my director's chair. I'll explain to you why this didn't happen. So the reason why that never happened is it actually did happen. Oh, hold on. Oop. So the thing is it actually did happen. In fact, it happened twice. We actually recorded everything in 2 separate occasions. The first time that we recorded everything, I kind of did it in a way where I was going to like only use replay mod for the actual camera shots, so I would just kind of stand out of the way and record all the voices. And it turned out that was just going to be way too difficult for me to edit into something usable with my editing skills. So we kind of scrapped that first recording and decided to come back and do it all over again the second time. So we all met up and we went through all of the scenes and all of the skits and all the lines and multiple iterations, and I was using myself as the camera, sometimes in just like sometimes in spectator mode, sometimes just with my like F1, you know, clearing the edge of the screen. And all of that went so perfectly and funny, and we had such like the perfect scenes and the perfect lines and everything. And then when I went to go edit it, all of my OBS settings had my audio switched to a different input, and I had 0 audio. Every bit of it was completely silent. And even when I went back to review the first one that we had recorded, all of it was silent there too. So lots of technical difficulties. And after doing this whole thing 2 times, we decided, you know what, we're just not going to do it a 3rd time. So it never happened. So I'm a little bummed that never happened. But and what I was going to do is we were going to start the episode with the skit all edited and looking awesome, and then kind of show off this build as part of the episode. So, and you can even see down here we have the property of the evil sorceress to enter. This is her little garden that the Rapunzel's parents ate from. Yes, we had everything going on here. So let me just show you this build. And I'm going to pop out into free cam, and it's evening now. Someone else is on the server, so he might sleep. Let me actually turn on shaders. Check this thing out. Look at this. Oh, this is beautiful. You know, I'm going to just go F1 here. We got this little tiny path going up to it. We got the tower with all of its texturing and all of its blocks. So again, this was a build that Zink and I did together. This was like a team project. This is the first time we actually did a whole build. Well, I'm sorry, second time. The bridge actually over on the other side of my base, we actually did that early on in the season as well. So technically this is the second build that I did with Zink, but we did this whole thing start to finish. Everything from the shapes and the designs to all the detailing and the colors. And this was just a lot of fun, and we probably spent, I think, 3 different building sessions building this thing, a couple hours each time. So we probably spent a good, probably at least 8 or 9 hours building this tower. But I absolutely love everything about it. All the details are great. One thing that I thought was interesting, and I know some folks didn't kind of get it when they saw it first, but like that like white patch there, and there's another one on the other side. Let me hop into free cam. That was meant to look like part of the tower like had been like fixed with like plaster and stuff, which is why it's white. So that's kind of what we were going for with that. But let me just come up here to the top of the tower and just let you see some of the details here. So I like some of the shapes here. Zink did this roof shape and everything, and I think that came out really nice. And you can kind of see we have that little bit of the railing going around here. We've got these windows. And yeah, and Zink taught me a lot about, you know, kind of using the different blocks and different shading to get like the shadows and stuff. So we utilize that here so we've got these shadows coming down, and it looks like this could be, you know, maybe moisture dripping down and kind of discoloring the rock. Again, we have these sections here that look like they could have been broken and repaired at one point. We kind of broke up some of these colors here by getting the dark tiles behind these lighter outer pieces here. And of course some greenery in there to spruce it up a little bit. So the thing about Rapunzel's tower is there's no way in or out of it except for that front window, because Rapunzel is not here to let down her hair. So let me show you the interior of this. Okay, so this is the entrance. This is the only way in and out of the tower, is up here on through this basically you could say window, but it's more like a doorway, but it's really supposed to be a window. Gotta use your imagination. So we did a full interior here. So this is where Rapunzel lived, and this is the head of her killed sorceress, evil sorceress. So we'll just remove that for the moment. So this is where Rapunzel spent her days and nights, kind of up here all by herself. All right, so again, let me just take another wide view of this. I love it on the skyline here. You know, now that we got this tower here, we've got, you know, my base, which is kind of a tower, and then you start looking in the background, we got like Zink's lighthouse and his new house here, and even behind my base you got the town hall tower, which you can see from different angles. So like you go from this angle here. So yeah, I think it really helps the skyline over here at spawn, and I think it was a really nice build. All right, so on to my base, and let's see how this whole pergola and fishing dock came out. All right, are the signs about to render in? There they go. So here it is. This is the whole thing finished. Yeah, we got a little bit of color and a little bit of structure here to help hold up the beams. And that looks pretty nice. Those hold a lantern on the side. Other than that, the pergola structure is the same, except I think I pulled these out to the edges, which weren't here before. Yep, so we decorated up the inside. We got a lot of some couches to sit on. Yeah, and so some of this you've already seen, but this is all decorated up now. So I've got a little ice chest here full of raw fish for us to cook on the fire. We've got like citronella candles to keep the bugs away. We got some drink cups here. We got a nice cooler full of cold water bottles. Some more drink cups and citronella candles, and it's like a little food prep area here. You got a cutting board, and somebody's fixing up a nice piece of salmon. And yeah, I think this came out really nice. I did change these from the copper lightning rods to a I think it was dark oak. Yeah, dark oak fence post to kind of match the wood for this. So that kind of, I think, blended that a little bit better. Okay, so then we got the fishing dock. So I got a little bit of wall here to stop you from falling off the side, and that matches this bit of wall here. And then this is a little walkway down to the dock. So we've got, this is a little bit of a railing, not much of one. The part of this hill I kind of carved out and lined it with some stone. Put a little bit of signs up here, just like it's something that's helping to hold up that dirt. I don't know if that looks good or not, but it was something so I just didn't have this raw dirt sitting there, and I didn't want stone showing in the top here. So I think that worked. Don't really know. Yeah, I got this little stone here, and I walked down these stairs. I tried to, these are mostly cobblestone stairs with a few like mossies thrown in and one piece of stone thrown in here. These walls are, of course, a mixture of the stone bricks and the mossy stone bricks. And then we come out here to the dock, and it's just a nice thin dock. This is just a fishing dock, so it doesn't have any things to moor up the boats to. Instead, it's just got like just a small railing. I made this railing out of these hanging signs, and we've got some barrels in the corner here. And I made these little posts with the composters, and I thought those came out nice. Capped it off with a little pressure plate here and some spruce signs around it, so it kind of give the corners there a little bit of character beyond just a raw composter sticking up. So I thought that came out nice. little bit of decor. I stuck some vines around here. They're still kind of growing and filling out just because this big dirt wall right behind this didn't look that good. And yeah, got a little bit of decor stuff stuck in the corner here. Some more barrels and some kelp bales here. Now this is one thing that's cool is I put lighting here underneath the dock. And I thought that's kind of cool. I thought it was kind of subtle and looked neat. And of course the light helps light up the area. But one thing that's cool, and it's actually getting dark, which that's convenient. Let me turn these shaders back on. And I'm going to swing out. Check that out. I think that's really cool. So it kind of reminds you, it's kind of like that like string light look, you know, like a string of Christmas lights or something. Except it's but it's not mirrored, right? Like all of these are mirrored with the reflection on the water. These over here are not because they're only under the water. But I think that's just a really, really cool effect. I think that looks really, really neat. But yeah, so here it looks with the shaders. I did fill in more trees over here, so I put in a few trees here. And I brought some of these pine trees out here. Some of them are still growing. So it doesn't hide the pond, but it does put a few trees. It does hide a little bit of the build, but I think that's okay. I think enough of the build is exposed from all these other directions. Okay, well, I think I'm going to end the episode here. I'm glad that I got some decor over on this side of the build. And yeah, I think this looks really nice. So DM Bard, thank you very, very much for the suggestion of the pergola. Again, I think this came out actually better than I imagined it would. It's an interesting choice that I ended up with the materials, but I think it really works, and I think it gives a really unique look to this, and I think it just looks pretty awesome. And one thing I wanted to tell you really quick before I go, with the announcement of 1.21's release date, we have decided to go ahead and end Season 1 of CraftWorks in the next few weeks. And then we're going to get things ready, and we're going to start up a Season 2 with the new version of Minecraft. And we are all really, really excited. We've already got lots of cool plans and things to do for Season 2. And also, we're going to have a few more crafters joining us, and I'm really, really, really excited about that. So keep your eye open. Everybody's been shooting some kind of season-ending videos, so keep your eye open for that. Check out all the other crafters and see how they're going to wrap up Season 1. And keep your ear out for details on when we're going to start Season 2. All right, well, thanks for coming by. I really, really do appreciate that you took some time out of your day to spend it here with me. And I hope the rest of your day just goes fantastically. And until next time, you take care of yourself, okay? Bye-bye.